Welcome to the Catholic Charities NetSmart training video. I will be your instructor for the day. My name is Robert Manfredi. Sit back and enjoy, because today you're going to learn how to use the NetSmart Avatar product. We're going to show the process of how to enter consents into NetSmart. It's a very simple process. The form that we will be using is called the Consent for Access form. I'm going to go into my test client and then we're going to launch the grid. One thing to note is when we bring this grid up, this is the standard grid format that exists in about half a dozen NetSmart screens. For the average Healthix client, there will be no entries when you go in for a client, and you will be adding one line in. That's the standard of what you would see. If someone later on decides that they want to change and go from denying to consenting or consenting to denying, there would be a second line below that. First process is you click New Row. You type your date in. If I double click, I get my grid for the calendar control. I don't need to put an end date unless someone explicitly says I only want to have a consent be valid for 1 month or 2 months or 3 days. That is unlikely to happen considering the consent form doesn't have an end date on it. Although they can end date it, the form does not have that field on it. For consent type, there are 3 choices: grant, deny, and consent for emergency only. This emergency only will not be used yet, but will likely be used in the future when they modify their system. So we're going to say that the client has granted access. We're going to double click to what provider. For us, there will only be Healthix. Some organizations have multiple RIOs that they connect to, which is why this has a control that would have allowed multiple entries. So Healthix, RIO 1, RIO 2, RIO 3, but for us there's only Healthix. So we check it, click OK. So we've got the date to start, we're granting, we're granting it to Healthix, we save it. Say yes. And at this point, we are completely done. We don't need to submit again. We just close out. That was the entire process. It's quite quick and you can be done in moments. Thank you. Thank you for watching this Catholic Charities NetSmart training video. Please be sure to watch the others in the series for a further understanding of the NetSmart Avatar product.